Okay, Coach, well, it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Ready? Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch out.
They'll run on first down. Fletcher. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take weapon. Check 31. Hey, Alpha. On the ball.
From the gun, Hamlin. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Protein spill. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Go.
On 1st and 10, Hamlin. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 6.
Ready.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Hamlin. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Following the interception, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Jameis to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch the screen. Mike's 56. Mike's 50. Watch the twist. Wait. Kill. Turn up. Kill, quick smoke.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken around the 12. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
Ready, break.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Ready? 90 Wolf, General West. It's a party now.
On third down, it's Fletcher. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
45. Mike, 45. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Shit. Go. Shit.
On first down, Hamlin. An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw is probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
132 fighter. Let's go. Hey, Zoo. Number 53, Mike 53. Watch the pass. Check. Now. Check. Go.
Throwing again. Hamlin. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Ready. Black 22. What we got? What we got? What we got? What we got?
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Coming this way, here we go. Wait. 56 to Mike, boys, 56. Check, 56. And here we go.
Second and 5 now. Winston. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You're going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You draw Corker. Hey, Charlie, go, now.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hamlet hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right?
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Set. 61.
53, Mike, 53. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Y'all playing the wrong football. Check 52. Yeah.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Check 53.
Speed grip.
Operating from the gun, Hamlet. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
That's on 2nd down. Throwaway and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 11.
Down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 26.
61, Matchbox Light.
45, Mike, 45. They can't hang with us.
Hey, Orbit.
Kill.
Hey.
On me.
On the ball. 5.
From the gun, Hamlet. Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36.
56, Mike, 56. You don't want none of that. Pick up the ball. Go.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Bandit.
Green, cover safety.
Mike's 56. Watch the run. Hayward. Watch the run. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Now Winston. He completes it to Evans. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
Now it's Lindsey. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ready. 60 outlaw. 5. 6-6, pull it high.
53. Check. Switch.
Hey, Haywood.
Hey, turn it out. Check.
Yo, go.
Check. 53 is Mike.
2.
Throwing on first down. Hamlet. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Denver.
Ready up.
This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
First down.
Protein, Phil.
Mike, 53, Mike.
Hey, high 7. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Hamlet. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
At the Bucs' 29-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
90, Wolf. Look at me, Zipper.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point from McManus is good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, stop. Here we go, even.
Throwing, Winston. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
I got you, boy. Shift.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Easy.
Check the call. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Jameis again. Airing this one out for Evans. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Mike 56.
Now Winston. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what
he would have kept it on the ground.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Greystone, travel. Yep. Go.
Here's 2nd and 8. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get 1 play before the 2-minute warning.
Check 50, check 50. See, easy.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's got this down to the 35.
Let's go.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Crash.
Easy.
Much
Flip it.
Much 56. You got nothing in that. You got nothing. 56.
From the gun, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
Hey, wahoo!
45, 45, Mike, 45.
Hey. Let's go.
Back to the air on second down. Hamlin going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
Come on, set, 50, play.
Check, crunch.
Bravo. Go.
He's mine.
On, get it.
On 1st and 10, Hamlin. Dancing to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
You draw Porter. Hey, Delta. Yeah, shoot.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's going to go down again. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check it out, Reed. Jumping.
Hey, Sam off.
Looking to throw. Hamlin. And the pressure gets to him again. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run it.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go again to Jones. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hey, come on, now. Check 43.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop it short. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Just a fantastic punt return of 80 yards. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a first down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
McManus's point after is good, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Winston. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 25-yard line.
Wait. 56. Mike, 56.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
56. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Again, it's Jones. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Fletcher trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Ready? 15, Ronnie. 15 line. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Hit it.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, Winston. That's caught by Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Jameis now on 1st down. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Ready? White 25. Bound to lose one.
Single, single. I single the slot. Single the slot.
Come on. Sunday. We ain't giving up nothing today. Shot.
From the red zone now, Winston. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Jones. Oh, good move at the 10. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They come out here in the eye. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
They'll try again with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here's Jones, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Winston and the Bucs. Working out of the gun. Winston. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for two too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. 53.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Safety's creeping.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down now, it's Fletcher. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, Hamlet looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and breaks. Up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Check hot route. Hot.
Protein spill.
Mike, 45.
Topper.
I'm coming after you.
Hey, shoot.
They'll try and run for it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Fletcher. And past the 30 down to about the 27. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Oh, here we go. Oh, slam. Check nickel.
Greystone, Travis.
On second down, it's Lindsey. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. On first down, Lindsey. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now, it's Fletcher. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
You draw quarter.
Check. Watch twin.
Back to throw. Hamlet. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant, his first touchdown on the year. And now they have taken a 4th quarter lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Winston. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot, excellent coverage, didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. 55 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Ready? Black 25.
Check 56.
Get this one on. Wait, hold up.
They'll run it with Jones. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. 1 back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones in the final minute. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
They're going to run for it with Jones. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Go, sit.
He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Two huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
Shaquille Barrett, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Winston will kneel down, and that should be your ball game.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Tampa Bay, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.